In life, we are well aware of all the different question words, and the key question words is what, where, when, how, why, who, which, should, perhaps as well. However, when we are continuing in global perspectives, and especially when we also go to the written examination, and also answering questions in these activities that we are doing, you also will see different kind of command words, and different kind of command words, or the command words asks you to give specific kind of information. So it is kind of replacing a question. And then on page number 36, then you can see the different command words in the tip. And it is very important to realize what each command word is asking for. So when a question or an activity is asking to analyze, then you have to look at something and break it down in smaller parts, and that you write down. So the length of an answer, don't write like 2 or 3 words or 1 sentence, but really give a proper analysis. Of course, when the source text is like 5 sentences, you don't have to give a 50-word answer. That is impossible. But if the text is 50 words, give a reasonable answer. Assess. That is considered evidence presented and making an informed judgment. So then look at the evidence, what is presented, and judge it. And with the judgment, then it is good, bad, etc. Compare. Then you look and state for differences and similarities. In some other subjects, you also will see contrast. And then compare is for the similarities, contrast is to look for the differences. Consider is think about the different choices. So then you have several choices, and then you're like, okay, what about this? What about that? Consider them. Think about them. Explain. A detailed response, and here it is very detailed, and usually the explanation answers are the longest. A detailed response that gives reasons for how and or why. Evaluate, then you identify the strength and weakness of something. With identify, give and state, it's very shortly. Pick out an answer. 8%. 150 countries in the world have blah blah blah. Just very short. You don't need to have the full English sentences. Just short and sweet. Give directly answer to the question. Then justify is explain why and give reason why something is as it is. So when we look at the length of answers, analyzing, we already discussed. Assess, it is also relative to the source text. Compare, if you have, that's also in the question, maybe you have to compare 1 or 2 things, or 3 or 4, and that also defines the length of your answer. Consider, put it on paper properly. If there are different choices, then also address the different choices. Explain, that is usually the longest. You have to give a detailed response. Evaluate, that can be short, but not like 1 word. It's like 1 or 2 sentences that you give good, proper explanation or evaluation. Identify, give and state, that is very short and sweet. And justify, that is also depending on the source text. And also for all the command words, look at the marks given for each question, especially when it comes to written exam question. And this is not only for global perspectives, but this is generally for all the subjects. If there is a 4-mark question, then you are expected to put in more effort and to elaborate. If it is a 1-mark question, you are expected to do less. You have to put in less effort, just simply write down a simple answer and then move on to the next. With activity 1.25, then it is give 2 reasons, just give 2 reasons, and that can be very short and sweet. Reason 1, boom. Reason 2, boom, done. And then you give an explanation in point number 2. Okay, practice with it, and then we will see the submissions coming very soon. Have fun!